Hi everyone and welcome to the Dodo Bird Nerd. It's me, the Dodo Bird Nerd, and in today's Magic the Gathering video, I'm going to be doing the 11th part of my Taxonomy of Magic the Gathering series. This time being the 6th and finally, part of birds, the Passeriformes. So without any further ado, let's roll the intro and let's get started. So one quick thing before we get started, that being that all works and images used will be in the description of the video. So the one group that we are covering in this video, as mentioned previously, are the Passeriformes. Now this grouping is most of the birds that exist, frankly. And typically these are songbirds, but there are exceptions to this because I don't know if you would necessarily call a crow a songbird, but you know, it could be a matter of opinion on that point. But the ones that are missing in Magic the Gathering are the other 140 families that are not in Magic the Gathering. This does include the Shrike, which, while there are 2 in Magic the Gathering, they are entirely Phyrexian. So I'm not going to include them here because they don't even look even a little bit like the actual bird. So I just decided just to not include them. I'll acknowledge their existence as being called Shrikes, but I'm not going to call them Shrikes for the purpose of taxonomy. So yeah, those are the Passeriformes. So one quick thing I wanted to go over about the Passeriformes before I went in depth into specific families are the ones that are vague but are in Magic the Gathering. And what I mean by that is that based on the art, it's probably a Passeriform. However, because it's not called out specifically in the name, new art could potentially change it to not being a Passeriform. Or it's just not specific and it could theoretically be miscategorized or whatever in this video. So I'm not going to include them, and I also just don't want to mess up and guess the wrong type of bird for each of these. And so those 4 that I decided were Artificer's Assistant, Monastary Flock, Mystic Familiar, and Sootfeather Flock. There might be a couple others, but these were the 4 that I definitely noticed when I was looking at the various birds. So the first family of Passeriformes for this video is Corvidae. These are generally very smart birds. And the ones that are missing in Magic the Gathering are bush crows, choughs, jackdaws, magpie jays, nutcrackers, piapiac, rooks, scrub jays, and tree pies. So our first member of Corvidae that we have up are crows and ravens, and this is a group of very smart, generally larger birds. However, there is no scientific difference between crows and ravens. It is entirely a common name difference based on characteristics that don't really cause them to be different things, really. But, so scientifically they are not different things, but in terms of common language, they are considered to be 2 different things just based on what we've called them. And so the next member of Corvidae up are the jays. And this is a group of intelligent, average-sized, loud, and vibrant birds. So the final member of Corvidae for this video are magpies. And this is a group of smart birds, again, pretty typical of Corvidae. And they have very distinctive voices as they are well known for having. The next family of Passeriformes for this video is Paradisaeidae? Maybe? That's how it's pronounced? Anyway, this is a type of bird very well known for their feathers. And the ones that are missing in Magic the Gathering are the types of birds of paradise with different names. Because not all of them are called birds of paradise, and generally because there's only one bird of paradise in Magic the Gathering, it's the ones that have slightly different names that aren't directly called birds of paradise that are not found in Magic the Gathering. So as I incredibly implied based on the basically title for this group of birds, the ones that are in Magic the Gathering are birds of paradise, you know, the one that was an alpha, birds of paradise, that card. And as mentioned previously, these are birds well known for their unique feathers. However, in real life, they aren't very well known for being able to tap for mana and being 1-drop 0/1 flyers. It's weird how that works. The next family of birds in Passeriformes are Passeridae, kind of fitting name-wise. This is a type of very common birds only found natively in the Old World. Now I specify natively as they are invasive in a lot of other places. And there is none of them that are missing in Magic the Gathering. While individual species might be missing in Magic the Gathering, this is really only one type of bird, and there is one representative for that type of bird in Magic the Gathering, so therefore, technically, while individual species may not be, the general type of thing is present in Magic the Gathering, so therefore none are missing in Magic the Gathering, at least by the logic I've been using. And so the type of bird that makes up the entirety of Passeridae and is in Magic the Gathering are the Old World Sparrows, mentioned on one card from the Global series. This is a frequently appearing smaller bird natively found in the Old World, as was mostly mentioned in the title slide for this group of birds. And so the final overarching group of birds that is going to be covered in this video is Turdidae. And this is a distinct group of generally average-sized birds, and again, for the same logic as Passeridae, none of them are missing in Magic the Gathering. And so the one type of bird that is in Turdidae are Thrushes. This is a group of average-sized birds that have had other birds copy their name. So the other type of birds I don't think are in Turdidae, but they're called Thrushes. So they're not technically true Thrushes, if that makes sense, but they're called Thrushes. So scientifically they're not, but in terms of common language they're called Thrushes. Sometimes naming can be a bit confusing. And so this concludes the 11th part of my Taxonomy of Magic the Gathering series, the 6th and final, thankfully, part of birds, the Passeriformes. So what did you think of this part of my Magic the Gathering Taxonomy series? Let me know in the comments down below. And one quick thing before I conclude the video. The next video will be a deck tech for a Commander in Crimson Vow. Now I haven't quite decided which one I'm going to do yet. It's currently between two, but there will be one in a couple of weeks. After that, I should be able to go back to doing the Taxonomy series, finally getting to mammals. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye!